everybody. We would like to welcome you to a fucking live, in-person Bros No Show. It's about motherfucking time we got together because this whole COVID thing was just driving us nuts.
I thought you said Hulk Hogan.
Here we are with these Hulkamaniacs.
Your brother.
Doing it to you live today, guys. It's good to be back. As always, we got Dave.
What up, what up, what up?
Gumby. Ear. Vic.
Here.
And Al Michael.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Stir the sauce.
I'm stirring it.
The gravy stir.
We're back.
Today we're going to talk about a few things. One of the things we're going to touch base on is this whole thing with the toxic relationships. Now that we got Jada and Will and Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Amber Bird.
You know, I think we should touch base on this.
Amber
It's an interesting topic, especially the one with Johnny Depp, because she was the one that's trying to say that he was doing it to her, right?
Basically. What? Doing what?
Like he was being cruel to her. He was doing
that's how those. I mean, that's how those.
Can anyone just elaborate a little bit
Well, that's
from the beginning of why they were in court? Because I know nothing.
So it all started during the Me Too movement. You know, Johnny Depp was one of those guys that fell to the whole. His wife. Now, mind you, this was after they already divorced. They already separated.
Right.
She's like, oh well, Johnny Depp abused me, and he did this and that. Disney decided to jump the gun and kick him, boot him off for pirates because of this situation with no.
But she was But she was also. Wasn't she filming one of the Marvel movies?
Aquaman, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Which allegedly that's a good point. We'll touch on that, but they were talking about how she's going to get booted off of that because of what's going on. But so Johnny Depp got booted off of Disney, and he lost a lot of money, man. You know, Disney's a big franchise. That Pirates thing is a huge franchise, and he was, he's the main character of it.
Shout out 21 Jump Street.
Yep.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Johnny Depp.
So now he sued her for defamation, and now all this stuff is coming out. And listen, number one, I think Johnny's gonna win a lot of money.
Yes.
And number two, all this did was just make.
He lost a lot of money.
But he lost a lot of money too. But he's gonna get her back for all this, right?
No, besides that, apparently,
hopefully,
that motherfucker was a spender.
I just hope that.
Well, he was. But that, you know what's funny? It's a good point because it actually showed this trial actually showed what a decent human being he actually is.
Yeah.
All the people that he helped that testified and showed him what an actually decent human being he is.
And her exes testified how much of a piece of shit she is.
Well, number one,
Everybody is.
it's funny. Like there's this joke going around that she got her lawyers from Wish because number one, she found the two most.
Wish or Make-A-Wish?
Alibaba, whatever. But yo, these were the two most incompetent attorneys that she could probably find.
That's what I heard
to the
too.
trial.
I heard, yeah.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
They were very Fisher Price.
If you look at if you go on YouTube, there's highlights of the trial, and all you see is just Johnny Depp laughing at the lawyer.
I see that. I see the memes. I see that.
Awesome.
Where he's like, oh god.
Which makes Johnny Depp.
This can't be life for you right now.
Which makes Johnny Depp even more likable. Just watching him, just the way he.
Little things like that I've seen. I just didn't know what was going on, but I did see that. Yeah. So basically,
did you hear that she pooped on his side of the bed?
Yeah. Oh, there was many. Yeah.
I heard a big story.
Yeah.
But I don't know what was the
she tried to pick a
She
fight
left the
with him.
Cleveland steamer on his bed.
She tried to pick a fight with him.
I mean,
he wasn't falling for it, and he chose to leave.
Okay.
So she got so frustrated, and she even hit him.
Yeah.
She got so frustrated.
He wasn't biting.
All she could do was shit on his side of the bed. And when he came home to go pick up some of his shit, because remember he got many houses, so pick up some shit so he could stay at his other house. There was somebody had already sent him a picture though, like, yo, look what you got on your side of your bed.
She already set him up. She tried to set him up.
You imagine though, he didn't know, he comes in, maybe a few wines in, and just like, Steve, slides into the bed, and got the whole fucking Hershey square on his back.
He got purple teeth. He's spraying Savage.
Oh yeah.
But
He's got a warm, like a
Matt
fucking
Barlow.
stack of warm ding-dongs on his neck.
But here's the thing, fellas, and let me know what you guys think, right? So, you know, in our past episodes, I've always been a big critic and just a big, like, I can't stand the Me Too movement and cancel culture.
Yes.
Isn't these two instances of with Will Smith, and we haven't even touched on that yet, but Will Smith and with Johnny Depp, a major slap in the face to these people? Like, yo, we this shit. I'm glad that it happened, because I always said that the Me Too is just as toxic as the people that they were accusing
We're playing
of
devil's
being
advocate.
abusive.
We're playing devil's advocate now.
Yeah.
Now it's like we're seeing it from both sides of the fence, and you know, and I just hope Johnny Depp can finally
exposed.
put gas in his plane now. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know?
And I hope Will Smith finally grows the balls and goes down the same path. Because I've been saying since Tupac days, Jada Pinkett is a fucking toxic bitch.
She belongs to the streets.
I think
She belongs to the street.
I think
For a long time. For a long time. You know. I've said it before. That little face she puts, like I'm an angel.
I know, right?
You in the streets heavy.
Yo,
Okay? Fuck out of here. With that little face you put, like, you know, this godly face she puts. No.
here's the
No. You from Irvington, MLK Boulevard. Okay? That's where you live at.
Listen,
Okay? That's where you from.
Okay.
but Gummy, that whole Red Table show, how much more toxic can you get with that show? They want to talk about how that show's about empowerment. I've watched a couple of those episodes, dude. I'm like, yo, that shows are toxic as fuck.
Big time.
it's more like Bochinche.
It is, but
Yeah. So that's what you call. So that's what we're gonna label. That's what we're gonna label as empowerment,
Oh,
some
yeah.
toxicity.
Fuck outta here.
Or you're saying that men are scum, right?
Hey Dave, real quick, you went there, but I wanted to clarify one thing real quick. Just get the details back with the Johnny Depp stuff. They get divorced,
Yeah.
right? They're divorced,
Yeah.
and then she just wants to go and just say he was abusive, like after the divorce, and everything, just to stir shit up and for no reason. And
Yeah, and she's not the only one. There's many cases of that.
Why do that?
Well, the whole thing started-
You guys went each other's, you know,
The whole thing
separated.
started because she made a speech, or she made a statement saying that I came from an abusive relationship.
How dare
She
you?
didn't name any names, but she was just fucking
Who was she
married to
with
Johnny
for like?
Depp, you know
I don't know
what
how
I'm
long they were together, but they were. I mean, that was the last
So
person
she
she
kind
was
of
with.
implicated
yeah.
him.
Well, she got caught creeping too, right?
So I saw her trying to do like a video. of him,
She got
but it looked like
yeah.
she was looking for a
No,
fight
the
in the
videos.
video.
That's funny. And the funny thing is that all the videos that she took
It's incriminating
came
her.
back and fucking.
It's incriminating her.
Yeah.
Everything blew up in her face.
That's what that is.
And the smart thing that Johnny did was there's so many audio conversations that he had with her that came out, which totally did her in.
Yeah.
I mean, just the audio alone.
She's lucky they didn't find the ones where she was blowing Aquaman.
I'm sure it's out there. But did you hear, Kenny? Did you hear the audio where she said, "I didn't hit you, I slapped you"?
Yeah.
What the
Man up,
fuck?
man
It's
up,
the same
Johnny.
fucking shit.
I didn't hit you, I slapped you. I'm like, yo, for real? For real?
I'm Team Johnny Depp only because like
All day, man.
you know, and I haven't heard of him being, you know, there's no proof of
He's
him
been
being
really calm.
abusive, right? But that's him.
Yeah.
If that is not today's the king of cool was my man James
him.
Dean. If that is not today's James Dean, my guy, because he is the coolest, cooler than a cucumber, cooler than the other side of the pillow. I think.
Yeah.
I was, you know what's funny? I was having the same conversation, Lou, where I was saying that he's on the level of cool. I would say it's Keanu Reeves. Like Keanu Reeves, that smooth, like that cool.
There's not too many motherfuckers like him.
I kind of
Maybe five,
Like
and that's a lot.
Like megastars
Yeah,
that you know you could like walk up to and just
Yeah.
like be cool with them.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
like humble. Like
Him,
yeah.
Denzel.
Yes,
but you
Denzel's
know,
another one. Yup.
The other guy you said too,
Keanu.
Keanu.
Yeah.
I'll take
cats,
Keanu
bro.
over this guy though. I like Keanu a little
Because
bit.
he's definitely
Keanu,
one they gotta
Johnny?
figure it out.
Over Johnny.
They got-
I mean, I'm Johnny. I'm Johnny. Like
I like-
I
I'm
like
Johnny.
Keanu, but I'm Johnny. I'm
Yeah,
Johnny.
yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
But all the stuff that's coming out, it's like, it's just, to me, it's normal shit from a man, the way he's gonna act in a relationship that's toxic like that. Well, if he's raising his hands, I don't think he was raising his hands. I think she was, and he was trying to control her.
Listen.
They get slapped,
That's exactly
they get
what it
slapped,
was.
pulled through, you know what I mean? Here and
No,
there. She cut his finger off, right? She cut the tip of his finger off.
He's like, he always.
I heard about something like
This
that.
shit is toxic.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the epitome of a toxic relationship.
I mean,
you know,
I'll take
He
the
was
shit
always
out
the
of
one
bed.
trying to diffuse
Half
the
a fingy, the
situation
stingy.
by leaving.
It's
He would,
stingy.
he would hide in the bathroom until
Half
she
a
calmed
fingy,
down.
I saw that whole thing, yeah.
He would hide in the bathroom until she calmed down. He would just go to another crib. and let her just chill out.
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number one stunner.
Shocker.
The number one stunner. The shocker.
Shout out to the Shocker.
Man, shout out to the Shocker.
Shout out to Urban Dictionary.
He's like,
Sponsors. We need sponsors.
Listen, Amber, you need to calm down, Amber.
In the Johnny Depp voice. Yo, can you imagine if the videos he was talking like
Jack Sparrow?
Like Jack Sparrow?
The Jack Sparrow character.
Savvy.
It's like, and I always compare that character. That's a you don't even see Johnny Depp anymore.
Iconic.
No.
It's a fucking other nigga.
It's iconic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like when you see what's his name? The guy from Scarface, Al Pacino turn into Tony Montana. He's not Al Pacino.
Yep. Or you see,
This is a different
or you
character,
see-
and you fall into
Robert
that.
De Niro when he played that boxer when he played.
Yeah,
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull.
Yeah.
I'll take it one step further.
Come on.
Daniel Day-Lewis
Oh,
played the butcher, then plays Abraham. You don't know who that fucking guy is in the
See?
movie.
Yo, Abraham?
My left foot.
That's time.
Yeah, exactly.
Daniel Day-Lewis is my president.
Yes, absolutely. Yo, he's
Yo,
another one.
he was awesome. He was awesome. But yo, Johnny Depp, is that your favorite? I think Johnny Depp, and listen,
In regards to what?
I would-
Favorite actor?
like character, not character.
No, character, him.
Well, here's the thing, right?
It was Jack Sparrow, him playing Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Everybody hated on Willy Wonka, but I thought he was
Nah, that
fucking
shit was awesome.
phenomenal.
I love
Everything he fucking puts his hands on,
He's a true artist. He's a true artist.
kills it, bro.
Detective
Kills
Tom
it.
Hansen.
Crushes it, bro.
And that Willy Wonka
Crushes
so
it.
much better.
That Willy Wonka, I didn't even think, I totally forgot about that.
That was
Willy
made for
Wonka.
Tuckers. That movie was made for
That
Tuckers.
Willy Wonka, my
That was good.
God. How he came off that whole character.
We're talking Tim Burton, though. You know, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Tim Burton, okay, he's the creator.
He had some
But
crazy
you gotta
shit in his
give
character.
mad props to
And with
Johnny
Caesar- and with Caesar
in that, he's in that
Scissorhands was the
character.
bomb. I love Scissorhands.
So in the trial, what's coming out is, you know, oh, Johnny showing up to set late. He's Johnny Depp. He can do what the fuck he wants to do.
Is that
That's
what it
Johnny
is?
Depp. But
Is that what
yeah,
it
he
is?
was showing up late, going on cocaine fueled
No, it wasn't like he was showing up late to beat his dick.
Yeah, so they go, he was on set with Marilyn Manson. He was in Hawaii with you. You guys went on a drug fueled binge. Because maybe I gave him a pill because he talked too much.
Yeah,
Fucking his-
that was awesome.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It's publicly televised.
No,
Yeah.
yo, Lou, you gotta
On the
watch.
trial,
You gotta, Lou, you gotta go on
They're
YouTube.
televising the trial.
Yeah, it's
You
not
gotta
federal
go
Why
case.
is a question? Why some trials are televised and why is
Federals are not televised. Federal cases
Yeah.
like John Gotti or
Yeah, this
or
was a state in
Epstein.
Virginia. They had to do
Yeah.
a
when it stays
It's a
okay?
state. Yeah, here we go. OJ here, the state. It's not fed.
This is more domestic thing.
Yeah.
So if it's, when it's federal, you
Yeah.
can't touch it.
Yeah,
cannot touch
when
it.
it's domestic civil celebrity, they're gonna film
You only
it.
seen the sketch.
That's good.
The sketch renderings.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube. On YouTube, they got all the highlights. Like they have
That's
videos
what I
with
want to see, the
highlights.
highlights. That's what I
Bro,
want to see.
you're
Yeah.
gonna see Johnny. You're gonna be like, yo, Johnny Depp is the motherfucking dude. He's
Yeah.
the motherfucking
He's
dude.
handling that
Who
shit.
asked him about where was he at with Marilyn Manson?
The idiot lawyer, her idiot lawyer. He's like, yo, Johnny Depp was like, well, I gave him a pill so he'd shut up. Yo, like smooth as hell. It was, yo, I was like, yo, I love this motherfucker.
That's Johnny Depp. He can do what the fuck he wants to do. He wants to do coke, let him do coke. He does
Yo,
what he wants.
he's listen. It don't matter. It
Right
wasn't
there,
like
I understand. You can
Exactly.
yeah, it wasn't like he was showing up to set being a dick. He's always been a humble dude. Everybody
But they're coming after him, so he's got to defend himself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well,
Like,
they're gonna try to smear him, however, and he took all them smears and just fucking laughed it off. And
About a few years ago, they were asking him, you spend like $30,000 a month on wine? He goes, that's preposterous. I spend 3 times that amount.
no way! That's what I'm talking about. That's preposterous. I'm telling you that. I said 3 times about.
yo,
That's what it's at.
the coolest way to say stay out of my pockets.
Real. Who the
business.
fuck cares?
That's preposterous.
That's preposterous.
Johnny Depp.
Shout out to Johnny, man. I hope he gets it for every red cent that bitch got, bro.
Now on the flip side, we got Will.
Oh, I got a lot to say about that guy,
It's
bro.
part 2.
It's like,
What can you say, man?
Well, let me take it. It's funny because I was having a discussion with my dude. It's funny. You ever see the episode of Fresh Prince when they have the episode where the whole family, the Banks family, goes back to Philly and they're at the
Of course.
they're at the cheesesteak spot and they call him Chicken Will
Yep.
because he ran away. That's what it's like when life imitates art because that's what he is, Chicken Will.
Wow.
He lets this woman dominate him.
Yeah.
he's been pretty quiet.
Allegedly he went to India to seek guidance, while his wife is TikToking and Instagramming, talking about life is good and health. She's doing all this, Yo, and I'm like, this toxic. And I don't even want to.
You know what
say
annoyed
word.
me the most? It was the son that.
No, I was gonna go even worse, but I don't want to get canceled.
He went to go
Thank
do
you.
opium.
Huh?
Yeah.
He went to go do opium.
I think he just went to go get away from this crazy balls.
You know what pissed me off the most was his son tweeting, you know, we do this or whatever. You don't do shit. Y'all don't do that. Y'all not known for being thugs, okay? If it's 50 Cent and then his son wants to say that, that's believable.
Yeah.
Don't get on tweets and say, this is what we do this, because you don't do that.
Who
That's
said
not
that?
it.
Who
His
said
son.
that? His son said that?
Yeah, his son, who can't even identify what the fuck he is either. Gonna get on tweets talking
First of
about,
all,
we do this.
Chris Rock got nine other brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do this. Nobody's scared of Will Smith.
Fast just opened up a whole other book. But it's all good. We'll touch on that later. We're gonna touch on that later.
You sit there with a choker on.
Yeah, exactly.
I say Chris Rock has 9 other brothers. Will ain't gonna do nothing.
Yo, we ain't
He's
that
got
ain't
brothers,
big.
bro.
That Rock family is
We
big.
ain't Joe Rogan. We don't got a million. We don't got a million viewers.
This isn't the experience.
Yo, but for real, like, yo, Will, like, you know, Jada, she, I just think that, like, the volatility that she brings, and, like, you know, the Will Smith and Chris Rock were, like, they had a great friendship.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know that.
Yeah, they did.
So I was always
And it's
wondering
still
about
fact.
that.
And it's still
I
fact.
was wondering about.
Prior to that.
He's come after him
I
a
was
few
wondering
times.
what relationship did they have.
But
If any.
he's come after him a
So,
few
you know,
times
huh?
on jokes and shit like that, you know, but it's just jokes. Like, these cats are just
But Will
taking
Smith
it
is
to
also a
heart.
comedian. He's not a
That's what I-
stand-up,
that's what I was
but he's a
saying
funny
before.
man too. Like,
Right.
you know, like his movies are
Like,
you know,
yeah, you did comedic roles, so you understand,
Right,
you know,
comedic
like,
roles.
yo, these are ha-has, like, you know, relax. You know, ain't nothing serious.
He
that's
also
tucked in.
Himself.
Everything that happened when he's
Mad
that
tucked
shit
in.
been tucked in.
Yeah.
A lot of shit tucked in,
But
and it came
it's
out.
probably tucked in because of her.
He also
and then
let-
he just fucking blew out.
Right,
Like,
because-
boom.
Because allegedly he likes to have cock in or around his mouth too.
That's what I heard, though.
Allegedly.
I never heard that one.
Oh, I heard that
Will
one.
Smith?
You know when I heard that?
Will Smith?
Yeah.
You heard anything about that yet?
I heard about that when he was with Tisha Campbell. Her husband and him were best friends
why-
going on trips.
Yo, dude, why you asking me like I'm the expert?
Give me a side eye. Give me a side eye.
I'm the expert at this.
Well, I don't know.
Let's go to the
I mean, no, listen.
Let's go to the source.
No. I was just trying to include you. That's all. You know? And I'm just trying to include you. Always trying to include everyone. That's all.
No, but yeah, supposedly they're swingers. That's always been the rumor in Hollywood.
Then come out
But
and
that-
just be that.
But I have an issue with that because, you know, I think Will later on when he said, "Oh, I knew about this. This is cool. We were broken up." That's bullshit.
Yeah.
He swallowed that. He swallowed it so he didn't have to cause the drama. But you know, he wasn't with that. That was an affair. That was not.
No man would be with
That was a straight affair.
You got to think about how much time he spends away when he's filming movies and, you know,
Think
like
about
all that.
You got a nigga
you know?
living in your house that you're helping out, and he's gonna go and sleep with your wife.
He's dead, right? Right?
You
He's
gotta
dead.
turn it on and tell that to somebody else.
Yeah, no.
Look at me when you say that. I'm like that.
It ain't even cool hypothetical.
Not one bit.
You gotta turn that shit on.
One bit.
Look at this sticker, yo. When you say that shit.
Ask me. Out of my mind. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
That was a
If your
hypothetical.
wife, listen, hypothetically, let's do a little survey. Hypothetically,
Facts.
If your wife-
tree in front of your house.
if your wife said, "Hey Lou," I don't know what she calls you, like your pet name, but let's say, "Hey Lou, hey, let's have an open relationship. You could get with any chick you want. We're gonna be married. We're gonna look, but we could have extra. Do extra. How would you feel about that?
No, I mean, I feel brokenhearted the first
put-
one.
There you
Because
go.
if it came out of nowhere and I didn't expect that, if it was something that I knew that she was already like,
If you
that's how
talk
she
about
was,
Yeah,
or,
if you came into it and
but out of nowhere, like right now, me not being knowing how she is,
Then
not
that
into
means that something's been going on.
or she's been thinking about doing something with somebody else.
Right.
Right there, you just proved to me that I think that Will's full of shit. He was like, "Oh, we're cool about this. This is how we do it." Full of shit.
Right,
Because look,
right,
the way you
yeah.
felt is the way I think Will felt.
Facts.
Yeah.
And he's holding it for people. He does, it's like he doesn't want to feel. He don't want people to make. He's vulnerable, so he don't want nobody to see him in that state. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just this red table thing that he did. Why would you do
So let me
that?
ask you one thing with that, because I have seen bits and pieces.
Why?
The first time he found out was there.
Was there.
Yes.
There.
It was there.
No, why not? We might have, but
That's what I want to know.
It might have been before, then he decided to go and discuss it.
Right.
Discuss it.
The first
You got us prepared now.
Yeah.
Because wasn't dude hanging around the house because
He lived with them.
Dude was
Yeah.
the son's friend.
Yeah, he lived
with them.
Will was kind of like, they were kind of like mentoring him
He was a struggling R&B artist.
with mental issues.
But he was the son's
How old was
friend.
he? But the son at that point. How old were they at that point? At that time when that was happening when he came into life.
Early 20s, probably like
Yeah,
20.
see,
I would say that.
He was a
my
man.
son's friends are not coming into the house after
When you're
they're
not
15.
there.
After they're 15, you're not out of the house anymore.
After puberty?
So who's there? I'm
Looking for some, your friends in LA ain't looking for some MILF action.
No, what? Every 15-year-old is looking for milk vaccine, bro. Every 15-year-old, bro. Man, I'm telling you, they all go like me,
Mrs. Jones.
What? And now with the cell phones, take pictures of your lady, shit, they go home to Bahasi and shit.
No, facts.
But at 15 you can let it slide. At 21 is a different story.
Oh, yeah.
You can fuck somebody up at 21.
Yeah, that's a different.
You can fuck somebody up at 15. I don't give a fuck how old you are.
Story
You
at
get a fist.
15.
That's creepy.
You get a fist in the face at
21,
15.
that's creepy.
Most 15-year-olds look like they 20.
I've heard, and now that I've heard,
Yeah.
this is something that I know for sure.
Yeah.
An experience that I know somebody had.
Yeah.
Okay, holding it down.
Yeah.
Family and everything. Had, his whole, kids and wife and, and the dude was, a sexual active dude with his wife. He wasn't not taking care of his wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one of those. Because I knew the guy, and he was like, holding it down at the crib financially and everything like that. 15-year-old when he wasn't there, when he was working or whatever, bro. The neighbor, 15-year-old dude, 15-year-old,
Wow.
15-year-old coming through, bro.
Yeah. Wait, 15-year-old
boy.
Wait, 15-year-old dude?
The neighbor,
The neighbor, but it was a dude.
yeah, closet raping her,
Dog, that is a genre.
and there was need for because the husband.
What? That is a genre I'm fucking lobster too.
Lobster too?
Yo, my friend's hot mom. Come on, dog.
No, but he said a 15-year-old dude.
A 15-year-old neighbor.
The neighbor, when he wasn't around,
was laying
he was coming through, bro, and pipe laying it. Yeah.
Oh, piping your wife.
Yeah,
piped it.
for no reason.
All right, am I wrong for saying I'd give him a high five? I know it's wrong.
I mean, I'd shake his hand.
But it's funny you say that. What if it was a 15-year-old girl?
Exactly.
Right?
That's why I'm like, I gotta watch.
Yeah, but nobody saw it like that. No one
Back in the
said anything to her. Back in the day. This was back in the day.
Bro, in high school,
Everything is like, my boy.
I know 16
That's
year
my
old girls.
boy.
No one said nothing to her
Right.
ever about que fresca, tú le tengo chona. You know what I'm saying? Los 15 años. No, de 15 años, probably holding like a fucking fed or a horse that went in there.
And he going back. He going back telling his father's shedding a tear.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
That's
you
my boy.
got the neighbor coming through.
That's my hijo right there.
Ese hijo mío,
Ese
él
hijo
sabe, él viene con el chonqui chorizo y se lo graba.
Ella no tiene vergüenza. Hey, he's the man.
Yeah. Si tú me preguntas a mí, el cabrón es otro, el cabrón es otro.
Yo sé that.
El pendejo ese que está trabajando.
You see that mosilla? I made that.
Trabajando.
Just like his father. Just like his father.
But so that's what I'm. I say all that to tell you what you were saying before. That no matter what, both sides.
Keep your friends out my house.
Keep your friends out my house.
If they already passed puberty, keep them out the house.
Yo, you growing up, and this is a true story. Growing up, the chiquito, bro. My dad always the chiquito, and I never understood it till later.
Yeah.
When you get older, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
I get it.
Yeah, I know. You're like, oh, okay. But when you're young, you're like, why the fuck can I have motherfuckers over? You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad was mad
I'm not
straight.
having.
When not having he didn't have none of his work friends. He didn't have none of his. He had one motherfucker, and it was the road dog brother type shit. You have one that even them niggas, but he had to trust one. No one was allowed on my crib. Rob, the only one, my boy Rob from last night. He lived next door to my. But bro, acá no viene nadie. Aquí en mi casa no viene nadie. ¿Qué? That's it. You protecting your shit. That's that old school, the next generation.
I'll
tell you why. because a lot of the women that came over, a lot of them took off with other men when they got here from other countries. So when my father got here with my mom, he's like, "You're not going anywhere unless I'm with you." He was real fucking protective. Yeah, man. Because a lot of people he knew, their wives took off. Yeah. Lady across the street took off for some money.
You know that insecurity, you like, oh, you.
Yo, and I ain't gonna lie,
You say,
bro.
I'm laying the pipe, you with me for life.
That's right.
Listen, for life. That's a shirt in itself. If I'm laying the pipe, you with me for life.
I'm gonna be straight up, bro. I kind of agree with what y'all saying, because yo, at 13, I ain't gonna lie, I've been to some of my friends' houses where their moms were probably the subject of some of my FAP sessions. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Listen,
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a whole Billy with y'all niggas. When I was 15, all I wanted to do was slide in doñas. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to do. Don't give me the 17 or 18 or 19. I wanted the 30 and up.
That's it.
Word.
That's it.
These are facts.
Word.
Vic, you laugh because you know it's true.
Yeah, he was like, mental.
Yeah. Yo, they're asking because I already know.
no, but you're right,
Spank.
you're right, because Tony, Sage, and these niggas used to come to my house, and they used to scope out my mom.
Wow.
It would get you heated, right?
Yeah, but yo, what the nigga you looking at? Yo,
And you're like, yo,
Mom look good,
you
yo.
call before you come to my house, nigga. And you wait outside.
Yeah.
Don't even ring my doorbell.
A lot of dudes' moms, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
be
yeah.
very.
Oh, yeah.
Always like that. No, yo, we're gonna go play basketball. I'm good right here.
Listen, at 40 years old, a
I'm
couple
chilling right here.
of them right now.
You're cooking.
At 40 years old, I see a couple of them still right now.
Yeah, kid.
Yeah, he thought.
It happened in McGinnis school.
65.
Buena.
Yo,
It happened in
Michelle
McGinnis.
Pfeiffer, 62.
Who was the chick that we were talking about? We were having a discussion. Marin? Ellen Marin?
Ellen Marin.
Ooh, slow down.
Ellen
Slow down.
Mirren.
Slow down with that
She's
one.
holding up. She's holding up.
Slow
How old is she?
down.
that bitch.
She get it.
How old is she?
She's in her 70s.
She got to be in her 70s.
She
by
can
now.
still get it.
She's a Raquel Welch.
that 70, my guy.
Yo, Raquel Welch was banging until she was like 75.
Well, look at Michelle
She's still
Pfeiffer.
alive.
She's 62. And
Was
she's
it,
a little
How's
skinny, but
Sophia Loren was hot back then.
How's Sharon Stone?
She held it down.
How's Sharon Stone? How's she looking these days?
She looking fucked up. She ain't looking nothing like casino, fam. She ain't looking nothing like casino. You heard? She ain't looking nothing like casino.
she looked like a cat that you would get at a yard sale.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her cheeks are all puffy, hair.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's that
The
alcohol.
bros
Don't get a
knows.
wash.
The bros knows where toxicity lives.
So we're talking about Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce
Die Hard.
Willis?
Cock hard.
Fact.
I mean, Die Hard.
Facts. Bruce Willis?
Braveheart. No, that's Mel Gibson.
So, yeah, he's got this disease where eventually he will not be able to talk or communicate
That's wild, man.
like us regular people.
What's the name of the disease?
I have no clue.
Why are we even talking about it?
We have
he
a
had
fact
dementia.
check. We have a fact check
Does he have
doing it right
dementia?
now, I believe. We
Wait,
have a fact
does he
check.
have a dementia?
We need the in-house fact
It's
checker.
not really dementia. It has a name because it's very rare. It's a very rare disease.
No.
It only happens to rich actors.
It's called aphasia. It's called aphasia.
Aphasia.
Aphasia, yeah, aphasia.
Sounds like a black girl.
Does it stand for?
It's a language disorder. So,
I went to school with a guy named David.
Wait, now that I get
It's just
my
a
African queens.
so it's a language disorder caused by.
All emails and comments can go to Victor.
No, not me.
Right to Vic. Take it over to Vic.
I went to a school with a
Right to Vic.
Is it aphasia? What is it?
It's a phase.
Aphasia.
It's a language disorder caused by damage to the areas of the brain responsible for expression and
That's
comprehension.
sad, man.
That sounds
You know
like
what?
that stems from like bacchiotomy.
So it's
Yo, oh shit, yo, are we gonna lose you?
Was Gumby's? Yo,
we gonna lose you?
Gumby's been taking shots at me the whole show.
No, I haven't even said. I just said that. I said to go with
I
you.
pissed on myself.
I said to go with you. I suffer from fucking psychiatric and all that shit you do too, nigga.
He's been gunning for me from the jump. Yo, that's what's up, though. But yo, it's sad though, man. That's crazy, bro. He's still, what is he, 60 something?
I would say his mid to late 60s, right?
Yeah.
Reaching 70. He got to reach 70.
Closer to 70.
And I know he's done a string of terrible B movies or whatever. But allegedly in his last movie, like he really couldn't even remember the script, or he was having a hard time getting through it. So that's what kind of made him decide, you know what, I'm going to retire.
67 years old.
67.
Yeah, I knew he was reaching 70.
It says either, head injury, stroke, that's what brings that kind of condition on,
What's your favorite Bruce Willis? My favorite is Armageddon. I know it's
The Last Boy Scout.
Last Boy Scout?
That was
my favorite
good.
movie. It was so well written and so executed.
I like Armageddon.
I like the
Die Hard's
the one with
fucking
the dude.
I'm gonna go.
Die Hard with.
Die Hard?
Fucking Moonlight.
Moonlight.
That was a show, though.
Mine is not a movie, it's a series. I used to watch Moonlight.
That's acceptable.
I used to have the hot for Sybil Shepherd.
Yeah,
She was hot.
She was hot.
She was a hottie back then.
That's Die Hard with Avengers.
Die Hard with Avengers with Samuel L. Jackson. That's my favorite one. Yeah.
But you liked him as the Die Hard guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was great, the hungover, waking him up, he's hungover from the next day, that character.
That character. Right.
I know y'all gonna call me.
motherfucker.
I know y'all gonna call me lame, but I've never seen a Die Hard movie.
You've never seen you gotta see Die Hard with Avengers.
Not 2 minutes.
That's the one.
Not even the original where everybody watches.
Open the garage
Everybody
door.
watches on Christmas.
Open the garage door. He's
Is Die Hard?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's got you.
The first
Gotta
one
go.
was-
Is the first one really a
The
Christmas
first one,
movie?
yeah, it was on Christmas.
Yeah.
Their debate is that
Nakatomi Towers, son.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, he came from fucking New York to California to go see his old lady. I'm trying to figure out if they were divorced or they were in a process.
They were separated. They were
It's
separated.
always
Still married.
separated. Always separated. All the
That's
time.
right.
He was
In the
still
movie.
tapping it. He was
Yes.
still
And
tapping
he
it.
went to go
I think
visit.
you guys were talking about him and Demi Moore.
No.
Art imitates life.
And
That's true.
You know.
But listen, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Like she's so involved in the family.
They got grown kids. They have to.
Yeah.
Yo, it's amazing. I give him props. Shout out to Demi Moore, man. She's
Hey,
hot.
you know what's
She's
funny
still
about
hot.
that movie?
Which one?
You remember the Steve Urkel show?
The dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember the dad?
Yeah.
He's the cop. He's the Die Hard.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh yeah.
That's just crazy.
That's when you get stereo. What do you call it? Stereotype.
Stereotype. Typecast.
Typecast.
I was just waiting for Urkel to pop in and be like, did I do that?
But I'm kind of a little embarrassed that I've never seen a Die Hard.
It's
I've
good
never
movie.
cared
It's
to
good.
see it.
Oh, wow.
I've never,
It's
and it's
good.
consider they show it like.
You know what? Watch it this Thanksgiving.
I will
and
only-
then work all the way
Only
to
because
Christmas.
in honor of Bruce, because what he's going through, that's fucked up, man. Regardless of whether they're celebrities or not, to go through something like that, it's got to be it's got to be terrible, man.
Yeah,
On a human level. On a human level.
On a human level, exactly.
It is messed up. I mean,
Exactly.
even dementia, like when people who are going through that.
Yeah, dementia's not
just,
Life is short. Life is the moment. So it is.
you can't even remember what happened 5 minutes ago.
Dementia's a terrible disease,
And
bro.
then you're starting to see you're bring up shit when you were a kid and you're a grown ass adult.
You know what's funny? I had a friend of mine who had a mother. He had a mother that went through dementia, and he was like, "Yo, there were times when I went through it where I just wish she just would die."
Yeah, because it's suffering.
Because it's just the way they're dealing is just they're suffering.
Yeah.
Whether it's not like physical pain,
Doesn't matter, they're still
but
suffering.
mental pain, they're suffering.
You know what's
And
probably
that hit
worse?
me hard, man. That hit me hard. Like,
You know what's
wow.
probably worse than that? Erectile dysfunction.
Oh man. Hell yeah.
Listen, shout out to my dudes, Roman.
ED.
Roman,
ED.
sponsors. We need sponsors. Roman, they got it. They got the generic.
There's a commercial.
Blue
You guys see
Chew.
that commercial?
Them streets work. Them streets work.
Commercial. There's a commercial
With all the
for
carrots.
ED, and it's just nothing but. The guy comes out with a blue carrot.
No commercials,
Because the carrot goes like that. And he goes, is yours like this?
No,
and it's a carrot.
That's Peponi's disease.
Yeah.
Peronis.
I put
Well, you
it-
got a bad dick as Peronis.
If it's like this, you
Put it on
could.
the chat
But
one
this
time.
is
I put
crazy.
it on the chat one time. I recorded
This
it
is
on my
nuts.
TV.
If you're going like this, it's a you're
No,
okay.
this is not nuts
This-
because it's hitting the spot.
I mean,
If it's up,
Yo,
if it's to the left or to the right,
Y'all fans saw how we went from a serious subject to.
if it's to the left or to the right,
Yo, commercial is
It's
not
what
the
we
entire
do.
commercial.
It's what we do.
Floating carrots.
Sorry, listen. This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. For your erectile dysfunctional needs, Blue Chew.
Shout out to my homies at Roman. Holla at me.
Take care of your zanahoria.
That's a carrot.
We'll take
For
care of
your non-eating.
Yo, but don't women love that though? Like I seen a commercial about like Peyronie disease where like your dick is.
It depends
curved
on
and
how
stuff.
it's bent.
But I thought women love that though.
It
Like why
depends
is
on
that a
how it's
problem?
bent. I mean,
How bad
if
is
you
it?
got the
How bad is
hook,
it?
yes, if you got the hook north, I think she's fine. If you
Oh,
hook it
am I
to the
that ignorant?
left, if you hook it to the left or to the
Oh my
right,
God, I'm kind of exposed
So
to
Vic,
myself.
what you're saying is longitude and latitude.
Exactly.
So women love the longitude and not the latitude? Is that what's going on? Or?
Everywhere is okay as long as you're not.
Hit us in the
looking down.
comment section.
down.
Women. Hey ladies, let
If
us
you're
know.
looking
Is it
down.
longitude or
that's
latitude?
it.
Yeah, really? I gotta start doing it backwards then, kid, because I go down. I shift down, kid.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? They're at a problem. I don't have to
Listen.
turn myself around. You know what I'm saying?
Page 76.
Do a handstand.
There's a position.
I had it all fucked up.
I like how you troubleshot that real quick.
Yeah, no, listen, it's all about keeping it real, Mike. It's all about keeping it real.
That was the ultimate segue from Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Now,
Cheers, Bruce Willis.
you see how we're,
Salute, cheers.
Salud.
Salute, Bruce.
Salud, Bruce.
Salud, Bruce.
you see how we're fucking around here, right? We're talking about this crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
Do you think these rich motherfuckers like Epstein, right? The sick fucks, are actually talking about, like we are, sitting here casually talking about the crazy shit that they used to do to these fucking unsuspecting people?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. That's a good point, Ken. I think that Epstein, and what's fucked up is, right, I think Epstein was a true socialite. And a lot of these people that went to his island, I'll be honest with you, and this is what I think. And a lot of people, the conspiracy theorists say, oh, they were all involved in this pedophile thing. I think that he was very quiet about what he was doing. And I think that these people that went to this island just got caught up in his bullshit. I think that it wasn't something that he was sharing with all these celebrities, right? He's always been a socialite.
Maybe
And you know me.
certain few celebrities.
We don't know, right? We don't know, but I think that's what it was. And you know how much I hate Trump, right? You know how much I fucking loathe that guy.
Right.
But I think that...
You?
But,
I mean,
but I think that it was something
He's a nice
that...
guy.
I think that him and Maxine, the one
Ghislaine,
that was...
Ghislaine.
I think that's something that they kept very private. And it wasn't the fact that they had all these celebrities involved in that. Because you know what? That makes you hot. And you don't want to get hot.
You see, he had an island, right? That big island everybody knows about.
Yeah, but they call it pedophile.
Right, okay,
Pedophile.
which is fucked up because that's somebody
Which alone,
to
which
get
I-
labeled that. But
Yeah.
but listen, he's not stupid.
They don't
He's
do
not
it
gonna
so-
promote it. He's not gonna say this is what we do in this island. But he could have a party there. He could invite everybody there, and all of a sudden, just have 15 girls and just chill out, just come
On some
out
eyes wide shut type shit.
And he won't say nothing, but get a few drinks in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're there.
And then you got a
But
few
you
cops
had-
in you.
But you had the
And
type.
they get a few drinks in you, and you have a few cops in you.
But listen, you had the type. Lou, let me ask you this. Right? All right. Let me ask you this, and think of it open-mindedly, right? You're a celebrity, right?
again, allegedly.
Allegedly, you're a celebrity, right? Like you got this Epstein guy who owns an island, super rich dude, right? You're not a pedophile. You know you're not a pedophile. You don't believe in that. You don't think that's
Right.
disgusting.
The market is bad, so you'll never.
And I don't know, and I haven't heard nothing about what's going on
So
there.
you think he's a socialite? He invites you to a beautiful
just did.
island. Come hang out, right?
Yeah.
Nothing happens,
Go
but
for
you
it.
go to hang out. You come home.
Go for it.
Nothing happens.
You're guilty by
But now all of a
association.
sudden, because you were on some
Boom.
kind of
Guilty by
charter
association,
logbook,
okay.
which is where they're getting all these names right? They're
Okay.
they're getting it from a private
Yeah,
charter, which, regardless of whether you're
Just because she was there, right?
regardless of whether you're a
Guilty by
pedophile or
association.
not, these are logbooks that are recorded. When you and me fly, when we fly in commercial flights, our names are on a logbook
Right.
for the. So now you're accused of being a pedophile because this guy got accused of doing some hidden shit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
right.
people
Like
automatically,
association.
like Tom Hanks, they want to accuse Tom Hanks of being a pedophile.
I'm not buying it.
Why?
Exactly.
I'm not buying Tom
Why?
Hanks.
Why?
That's what I'm buying.
Tom Hanks,
But we can't-
when I hear
but
Tom
here's the
Hanks,
thing.
I want to be his nephew.
Not Hanks.
Like, that's my uncle.
But we
can't-
I love Tom Hanks like that.
Yeah.
But look, we can't be selective of who we say, well, that guy's a pedophile, but because we love Tam Hanks, he's not a pedophile.
So let's flip the script.
We don't know.
Let's flip the script.
I just don't want to
Woody was a
phantom that idea that he was.
Well, let's flip the script. Let's flip
He's
the
not.
script.
He's Mr. Rogers.
Flip the script real quick. Back in the day, Pablo Escobar's throwing a party. Is everybody that go to his party a cocaine addict?
My boy.
Exactly. Thank you. Perfect.
No.
Perfect example.
It would be 80% of the motherfuckers here that don't do coke. 80% niggas that are there won't even touch it. Because it was political.
Playing devil's
But you also are fucking scared of him.
But you know what's going on.
But you're scared of him and you're still gonna go because you don't want to disrespect him.
You're mad scared of him. And if you're hanging by the lake with the hippo, he gives you a line, and you're 50 years old, that's gonna be the first line you've taken in your whole life. Because you're gonna take the line. At 50 years old, with Pablo Escobar next to the hippo. Okay?
Exactly.
You're gonna take the line.
Yo, Pablo had a zoo.
But
He had a zoo.
at the same time, you want to try it to see what he got.
Yeah. Pablo Escobar, right?
Listen,
Hey.
hey, the first one's free.
You heard what the pilot said though?
The first one's free.
The pilot, Epstein's pilot said, yeah, there was minors on the plane, but they all had adults with them.
Wow.
Of course.
Yeah, he said, yeah, sometimes there was minors, but they had adults with them.
Oh.
Were there celebrities on board though?
Just the fact that you had an adult
Yeah,
with you,
but
it could
see-
be anybody. Doesn't mean it's a parent.
Yeah.
He had somebody that was of age. That's what he said.
Listen, listen, it's not alleged. It's a given fact that this guy
Yeah.
was banging.
Oh, yeah,
16,
pyramid scheme. He had a
15.
pyramid scheme with girls.
It's a given fact that there's records of him banging 15-year-old girls, right? But my whole thing is that because these celebrities were on a charter logbook that automatically they're guilty of being pedophiles because it's like, all right, take for example, I had a best friend, right? This dude's been my boy for years, like since we were childhood. He's been doing his dirt where he's been abusing little girls, right? I don't know about it, but I've been friends with him.
Right.
And it comes out. So automatically I'm accused of being a pedophile because of what he did
Yes.
and I didn't know about?
Guilty by association.
You get what I'm saying?
But the thing with Epstein was before he had the island, he was in Florida and all these places. The girls that he groomed, he didn't force them to come there. He offered them money, started off with massages. So a lot of the girls, it's like, well, you kind of asked for it. Like, if you ask my girl's perspective, she's like, they were there. They wanted to be there to make that money. You know what I'm saying?
But they're not trying to see that because they're like, oh, well, he's, the right. And I don't
He's
mean,
the adult. You
I
gotta
don't
act
mean
like
to
an
get
adult.
political on the Bros No Show, but the right, their key term now is grooming.
Right, exactly.
Everybody's grooming everybody. Drake is grooming somebody. Whoever else is grooming, they're
The
grooming
new artist,
everybody.
he's grooming the new
Everybody's
artist.
grooming
Yeah, so
everybody.
that's a
now.
safe word.
Everybody that's famous, everybody's a celebrity is a groomer
My
now.
safe word is pineapple.
Not carrot.
That's Gubby's. That's his safe word. Carrot.
Carrot.
I'll take ownership of that.
He'll take ownership of
carrots.
carrots.
Nice carrots.
But if you get to the
Zanahoria.
heart of it, they're claiming that he was a double agent, and you know how they do it.
He was a
Double
agent.
Be-
But that's what I'm saying, though.
be- to
Mission
set up-
Impossible type shit?
But you
What
fall
the
into
fuck?
you fall into that position because what do they like to do? They like to blackmail people. Look at The Godfather. What did they do to the senator in The Godfather? They blackmailed him in the whorehouse. They made him think that he killed that girl. Now they own him. And that's what they do. The upper, blue bloods and the wealthy and the people who run the world, they have to be controlled in a sort of way. Same thing with those Masonic skull and bones people. They do fucking gay shit because they got that on them. You understand? Straight up. I'm not even bullshit. Have you guys ever read it?
The Masons?
Have you ever read into it?
Yeah, you're right.
That's how they
Masons.
blackmail. I swear to God, they have a cum coffin.
Yeah.
They have literally you lay in a coffin. These niggas jerk off on the coffin.
Yeah.
A cum coffin.
I swear to God, bro. Look into
Fucking
it.
invite me.
Now,
Wait, what?
yo, I might be going too deep in the rabbit hole. Kenny, back me up. Kenny, back me up.
Rewind. Cut this thing out. That's it. I'm not associated.
Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove. And I probably will disappear after I say this, but the Bohemian Grove.
Talking about Bohemian Grove, where prostitutes go there and make small fortunes in a weekend.
Bohemian Grove?
They make small fortunes.
Where the fuck is
San
this?
Francisco.
California.
I'm gonna have to look into this.
What is this
I don't know
called?
about
It's
that.
called Bohemian Grove. Alex Jones snuck in there. They burned an
Every
owl.
year they have a festival.
You mean my good friend Alex
Alex
Jones?
Jones. Who's
Every
bankrupt
day they have
now.
Info,
It's
InfoWars, Alex
What a
Jones.
lunatic. What a lunatic.
elite. The elite.
The elite.
Whatever they are, it's elite.
You name it. They all have their
Whatever
lodges.
type
They
of
have their
business it
lodges
is, they're
out there.
elite. They have this festival every year.
Is this some
And
Eyes
supposedly
Wide
they
Shut
get
type
together,
shit?
Okay.
and they have these.
They have the owl.
They have the owl, the burning
burning.
of the owl.
They mock sacrifice of a virgin.
So is this like a
It's Eyes Wide Shut.
It's basically like, you know,
cult?
I don't know, but that
they're called for the people that run the world.
It's
That
not-
kinda sounds
it's
like
a cult.
heathenism.
Let's say it's a club.
It's a club.
Or
They
you
do
ever seen
ritualistic shit there.
Really? So that's
Yeah.
cult.
It's a festival.
When you start venturing into
Yeah.
that, like you know,
Okay.
But
ritual shit and burning this and
Nobody's allowed there.
Fire Festival.
Only men.
As soon as you step on the property, you got sensors and
burning
cameras
crowds.
looking at you like.
Burning crowds. The new Fire
so,
Fest.
but that's the elite of the elite.
It's the ultimate sausage fest.
Ja
No
Rule.
men, no women allowed. Only prostitute women. Only prostitute.
Would you let that guy in charge of pussy?
The ultimate.
Bro, prostitute women. Hold up.
That just sounds like that just sounds like what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Just a lot of motherfuckers with a lot of money.
Exactly, and they're bored. There's prostitute women.
They're bored.
And there's prostitute men that go there.
But they do all
I
types
swear
of
to God, dude.
stupid
Look into
rituals.
it.
They do all
Sometimes
types
I ask myself if I was single, that would be me in my life. Would I do that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, had you had that type of money, you know. That's
I might venture.
Eyes Wide Shut was.
I might burn
that's-
something, I don't
that was
know.
perfect.
I might burn some. Where's the owl? I want to burn it.
I wanted membership in Eyes Wide Shut.
Dude, that movie's just like it's to me. That's
But it's dead on. It was dead on.
But let's
Exactly.
piggyback off that. What about Hostel? The upper echelon, the wealthy who want to kill people. Is that
Yo,
that
that's
real?
freaky when I saw
Now,
that.
is that real? That's a vice.
That hostile shit, bro? Would they pay? And
The shit that freaks me out is that
Who knows?
fucking
Who
the
knows?
Purge. That freaks me the fuck
That's
out.
What was worse was Turistas.
And
You ever
the
watch
Purge Forever?
Turistas? You ever watch Turistas?
No.
No, I've
Where
been.
these people went to Brazil and they were harvesting their organs and
Yes.
selling them on the black market.
But that's true though. That's been proven.
They caught the
That's been
Sicilian
proven.
Mafia doing that in Italy.
Bro, back in the 70s, there were people that would get drugged and they would wake up in the bathtub with their missing
With the
fucking
missing
kidney
kidney.
and gut open. That's
Yeah.
not even a fucking fairy tale. That's true.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ain't nothing freakier than the centipede, though. Can I be part of that?
Wait, I don't know if that was
centipede?
I don't know if that was real though.
The human centipede. Can I want to do that?
What?
Can I do that? Okay.
Wait,
Can I be
you
part of the
want
human
me?
centipede?
Because I want to be the last one. You're the first.
No, I eat everything.
I'm gonna be the first.
Everything.
What?
I'm not gonna be the last one. I'm gonna be the first. You want to be number 3? I'm gonna be the first.
Just say you want to be part of a centipede?
Yeah, human centipede. I'm gonna be the first centipede. I'm not gonna be the third or the sixth.
And you know the funny thing is, I never saw the movie, but I've heard so much about it.
Movie
No, there was two
fucked up.
versions.
Movie
There was
fucked
two
up.
parts to that movie. There was Centipede and Centipede 2.
Yeah, centipede.
How do you carry that story over? Like, what do
That's
you-
sick fuck.
Yo, that's wild, bro. But listen,
A lot of crazy people out there, a lot more
Jeffrey-
crazier than us. I'll tell you that.
but again, I stand firm that Jeffrey, we don't know, nobody knows the truth, but I think a lot of the celebrities that were named in that log were kind of a victim of,
Guilty of association. Guilty by
Yeah.
association.
Yeah. Maybe some of them were, but who knows?
at least
You know?
Tom Hanks. At least Tom Hanks.
But I mean, not Hanks. Not
You
Hanks.
can't touch Hank.
No,
Hank is a
Listen,
very staple. You can't touch him.
listen, Bill Clinton.
Come on.
Bill Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Had a lot of jobs during his fucking during his reign.
When he talked to Monica Lewinsky in the Old Navy dress, I wasn't mad at him though.
Apparently, they got some type of relationship. Bill Clinton and Hillary, like talking about bringing women in, and she's running around smacking ass.
She ain't doing that. She ain't doing that. She ain't doing that.
Yo, can you
She ain't doing
imagine?
that.
Can you imagine?
Nah.
Who?
Hillary.
What?
That fucking
She knew it all.
fucking leather face.
She knew it all.
A lot of
Can you
shit.
imagine?
Hold on. A lot of rumors because they were in New York. She was a senator in New York. There's a lot of shit that came.
Can you imagine she's a
A lot
carpet
of people
muncher?
connected to it. Yeah, man.
Can you imagine she's a
Yes,
carpet
man.
muncher?
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Shout out to all my carpet munchers.
Listen,
Yeah.
Bring it home, Bill.
That sounds like put the lotion in the basket. Put the lotion in the basket.
Bill, Jeffrey,
What's the lotion in the basket?
Bill, Jeffrey called us. We're going on a getaway. We're going on a holiday.
Yo, but real talk.
On a holiday. Not vacation. On a holiday.
Yo, he looks bad. Though.
Hey.
You seen him lately?
Yo, he looks like death.
Is that what it looks
That's
like?
karma. That's karma.
That's what it looks like when your balls are sucked out to the maximum every day of your life.
Yo, Bill,
Right?
looks like
Or sucked out.
karma.
What? poor Sadie. Like,
Remember the crib keeper?
Yeah, that's Bill Clinton.
The crib keeper, Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Looks like the crib keeper.
Yo, shout out to Bill Clinton though. Keep playing that saxophone.
Fuck you, Billy.
That's it.
holding it down, man. I know it's hard.
Inhale next time.
You see, that's the karma. You should have inhaled.
You should have
inhaled.
Or at least not lie about it.
You want to help me with the sofa?
I did not have sexual relationships with that woman. Yeah, right, bro.
I just did everything else.
The spooge marks on that Old Navy dress says different. You know what I mean?
Hey.
She was rocking Old Navy though. Shout out to Old Navy.
You want to help me with the sofa?
Come closer to the van.
Good need help with the sofa.
You help me push this in the van. Yo, so Jeff Bezos just bought Twitter.
No.
No.
Elon Musk.
Sorry, Elon.
All right, do that over.
Do over. Yeah, let's say take two.
Okay, let's do it again. 3, 2,
Take
1.
two.
Take two.
So Elon Musk just bought.
Elon? Word?
Elon.
Yo, he bought it for a good price too.
What do you think though?
He bought off the Saudis, right?
No.
He bought off a Saudi prince. Didn't the Saudi prince own it?
You would think he owned it.
I thought some do.
No. It was off of. All right, so.
But he's doing it more for like the whole like, oh, you can say whatever you want now type shit.
But do you feel like that's
why-
what it is though? Do you feel like?
Well, he says it.
He says it.
He
though,
says it.
But-
Yeah. Well, so then what? Money grab?
So
that Trumpito could come back on.
yeah, no. But here's the thing.
Yeah, Trumpito's gonna come back on.
So you know the former like the board that he bought it from the CEO of that the chairman of the board was the actual co-creator of Twitter, right? And he was kind of like a left-leaning like he was the guy that made the decision we're going to ban Trump.
What, he's like 17?
No, he bought. I think they started the company when he was
I don't
17.
like him.
All these guys got Zuckerberg. They all got filthy rich.
Yeah.
Even Elon got rich.
PayPal.
Well, Elon got rich. He sold that car for like $1 million at like 19 or something like that.
What?
He also invented PayPal too.
Who?
Fact check me. Fact check
No,
me.
he invented PayPal, and then from there to the company.
Did he invent?
Yeah, he invented PayPal.
Yeah. We spoke on this though. You said that before.
Shout out to Elon there because I'm a big user. Shout out to PayPal credit.
Yeah.
6 months interest free. That's what's up.
Didn't know that.
But check it out. I think that, because of Trump, and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to bring free speech. But all of a sudden now there's talks of him not thinking about charging for tweets or charging to use Twitter. So I think there's like a ulterior motive to it than other than just free speech. He's not trying to be a patriot. He's just trying
He's gonna
to.
lose a lot of followers.
My man's trying to use his. He's trying to build up his bottom line, bro.
Yeah, everybody and their mothers.
And then
Especially
I think it was a
celebrities,
big
yeah.
balls contest. He's like, yo, if I want to buy Twitter, I'll buy that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll make that. I'll buy
And
it.
that's his attitude.
That's
That's been his attitude.
He's always had a
And
big
he's
balls
very bold.
attitude.
Yeah, he's bold like that. He's in your face, and he'll let you know this is
Look
what
at
I
how
can
many
do.
fucking rockets he
Nobody
launched
stopped
that,
me.
with the aerospace. Yeah, I watched the documentary. They launched like 20 rockets.
that shit was
blew
like
up.
chump change for him,
It was
bro.
crazy, bro. What he's doing though, man.
Is he
Like,
still dating that chick Grimes?
He is. He's got another kid with her.
Leanne Grimes?
Leanne Grimes. She popped the R out of the
That dude is a weird dude. Doesn't he suffer from like Asperger's?
He's got Asperger's. Yeah.
Who?
Elon Musk.
Wow, he's
Yes.
Why are always those dudes always fucking geniuses? Like,
Because
they
they're
Lose
good at
their
one
memory
thing.
retention.
I want to have that.
I'm not sure, but I'll take another shot.
The memory retention.
We're taking a little break real quick.
No, we're not. I'm just showing
We're
some
keeping it
shots.
going.
No, we keep going.
We're leaving it in. We're leaving it in. But yo, I want to have Asperger's if that's gonna make me a
for real,
billionaire.
I mean,
Am I gonna be canceled for that?
I don't know.
Yo, we're like 8 shots in.
We just take a little.
Yo, fan
little break.
disclosure. We're taking shots because this is the first time we're in person and we're celebrating because the vibe is beautiful
Yes.
and I'm a lightweight, so you can tell that I'm fucking
Yes.
shit faced.
Yeah, you sound like you need a hug in
At
life.
home.
Gumby's gonna give me a hug after the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hug.
He's gonna hug the Sasquatch. He's gonna hug the Sasquatch. Oh my shot glass. This is all live. Wait, it was here. Oh, there he goes. Yo,
gotta watch.
Yo, check out this cup.
The cameras right now.
Yo, check out this cup that Gumby got. He carries that shit around. He's like motherfucking like Isaac from the Love Boat. Motherfucker's like Isaac. Yo, Isaac over here.
I gotta watch because the camera keeps focusing on my hammer. Every time I talk, the camera keeps focusing on my
Yeah, it's
hammer.
really close to me.
Right
Get
on
that
the
away
meat
from me.
stick. The
Zanahoria.
focus is on the meat stick.
Zanahoria knife. Hold on.
Yo, the footage on this is gonna be spectacular, bro.
I'm good.
Probably the best Bros Know episode ever.
Yikes.
Wait,
First Amendment.
why do I always drink the shot before everybody takes a shot?
You do it,
Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't do
The
it.
panorama.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I stopped
I
myself.
got serum like 2 shots.
So we can see all of us.
Yeah, let it go. Let it roll.
The panel's nice.
You got a big enough hard drive. But you're shooting that shit in 4K. That's a big file.
This shit's gonna be
It's
crisp.
a terabyte, I think I have on there.
Bro, this episode's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
This camera is everything that we've been needing.
People are gonna love it, bro. People are
Factory.
gonna love it.
I told him, as soon as I seen this, and I said to yo, what is that? He told me what it was and what it does. I said, bro, either we buy one, steal one, get one, do something.
Shout out to the makers of the owl. I don't know who makes it, but
Owl
yo.
Labs. Owl Labs.
Owl Labs. Shout out to Owl Labs.
Hey, shout out to Owl Labs.
Free promo. Free promo. Salud. This is the shot portion of the show. The shot portion of the show.
St. Jane.
Tongue punch the balloon knot.
Yeah. Shout out to the ball of balloon knots.
Balloon knots everywhere.
Balloonnot.com.
Balloon knot.
Listen, being
Tongue punch the balloon knot.
that I'm technically the only.
AKA Donkey Punch.
being that-
Yo, that was my
Donkey
CD handle.
Yo, that's crazy.
That
I'm
was
pretty
Donkey
much,
Punch.
out of the whole crew, I'm pretty much the only, the bachelor. I'm a loser. I'm a straight loser. I feel like a loser.
Listen,
But you know what? It's
I
funny
think
that
you
you
started
say that
that.
because
yo, you'll
that,
get a rose one day.
that's the thing now. The
I don't
thing
think I
now
want
is,
it, though.
You'll get a rose.
I'm gonna throw the badge.
He was a badge. He was a badge. He was a badge.
You'll get a badge. He was a
It just hit me right now. You'll get a rose.
You'll
one
get a
day.
rose one day.
Hashtag batch 2022. No,
Shut
but,
up.
No, but that seems to be the thing now. Now it seems to be like single life, living my best life type
But
shit.
do you guys, but all right, you guys all have like you guys are all family men. You guys are all great family men, and you guys love your wives. And
Thanks,
everything.
bro. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It ain't easy.
Yeah,
It
you
ain't
guys,
easy.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
There's a lot of trials and
Nah,
tribulations to make it work, right?
Yeah, you guys do. Or you guys.
What do you say? Not this nigga?
Only this half of the room. This half of the room over here.
You know
this
he's
is
gonna-
yeah.
you talking
Gumby,
shit, but
all
he
right,
was
Gumby, sit down. Only this half of the room.
He's talking shit, but
This
he
half
is
of the
too.
room.
He
That's
is
it.
too.
Yeah. That half? No.
Yeah, but I you know, in these times, and you know, with everything going on, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like to keep things together and make it work, it takes a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when they're trying to put a dress on my son. You know what I mean?
Very good segue.
Hey.
Okay, so
Now we're entering that.
So I'm gonna just say one thing. Look at all the percentages of the people who transitioned who regretted it. Okay? I'm not even the same fucking person I was last week, alright? I'm a different person from last month. So to make a decision like that, to go forth with it, if it's what you want to do, that's fine, but you shouldn't be pushing it on our kids, yo. That's it. Bottom line.
Yo, I'm with this motherfucker.
That's it.
And that's how I think.
That's
With
it.
that said, there was a TikTok video that I saw where the grandfather went to the school and said, "Why are you making my grandson put on a dress?"
Are you kidding me? They should learn.
What are you
about that.
talking about?
There was a TikTok video. It was a TikTok video.
But why would they make a boy put on a
So there was
dress?
She was like, "Sir,
was it
sir,
the teacher that did it?
take it up with the administration."
Wait,
He's
the
like,
teacher did it?
I'm taking it up with you because you're the teacher.
Craft.
And this is the second time that my grandson tells me that y'all make him wear a dress.
They're pushing it.
They're pushing it.
Pushing
like
it.
now it's not even freedom of choice. Now it's like, yo, take this crack. This crack is awesome, bro. Take it. It's the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucked up because being a little kid,
Yeah, you don't know.
who do you believe? Your teacher?
I mean,
your
listen,
teacher that you
very
look up to?
impressionable.
My whole thing
or your
is-
parents?
You got to hold on.
Let children be children.
Before we go, hold on, right. Before
children be
we
children.
continue on this,
Yes.
we watch what we say. I'm telling you right now.
No.
You guys are right. Listen. This is coming from.
This is very, very
I mean,
touchy right
It's
now.
a very touchy subject.
100% freedom of choice. I just don't agree with motherfuckers pushing it.
Guys,
on.
when it comes to our kids, there's no fucking around.
And
That's
listen,
it. Bottom
listen.
line.
If your child comes out to you then that's a different
That's a
story.
different story.
That's a
But
different story.
if an adult pushes their agenda onto the child,
That's wrong.
That's wrong. Because,
Go ahead, Dave.
all right, if I'm a gay, trans, or whatever, or bi, I shouldn't push my agenda onto a child. It's not right. The child should come to it on its own.
We don't push our heterosexuality on anybody. We don't push none of it. You know what I mean?
No.
But listen, I think I like to think that I'm the most liberal of all of y'all, and I agree with y'all. I actually agree with y'all that listen, I agree, and I've always been a big supporter of the LGBT community.
Yes,
of course.
But yeah, I agree with you, the guys, that there have been instances. There's been instances where, certain people that are a part of the school system have pushed the envelope because they're pushing an agenda. And that looks bad on the whole movement.
Exactly, because
that looks bad on the whole movement.
There's things that I'm pretty sure you guys are liberal about. There's things you're conservative about. To pick a side and say that's it, I'm not. That's it. It's like you can't. It's impossible to do that.
And you just give ammunition to fucktards like DeSantis in Florida, who I think is a
Which, hold on,
fucktard.
which the only thing, and I'm not a fan of him, the only thing that I like that he did was he did push. No, I mean, it was a Thursday, I was alone.
I was bored.
So
I gave him a call.
Yeah, so I swiped right on Tinder.
Hey, D.
No, but the only thing that I am good with what he did was he did a financial thing for high school students to learn about opening a bank account and learning about finances, learning how to balance a checkbook. I agree. That's the only thing I agree.
Your parents
about
can do that.
this.
You know what?
No, your parents can do that, but if your parents don't know how to do that. Yeah, but if your parents see my
This generation,
my mom and dad
this generation
Yeah.
should
now.
know. This generation should know.
Yeah, but okay, you're the type of person that is
The kids from millennials will know that.
right. But see, we're the type of parents that are close to our children.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents weren't close to us. I didn't see
In their
my
own
mom
way.
and dad.
In their own
yeah,
way.
but I didn't see my mom. My mom and dad owned the business.
I didn't see they own
My mom and dad owned the business.
We were
His mom and dad owned the business.
kids. We're all latchkey kids.
Yeah,
latchkey kids.
So
That's what it is.
they saw. I mean, and even hardly on the weekends.
No, you're right.
When the restaurant closed, hey, we're going out. We're going on vacation. We're doing this. We're doing that. Now we're more closer to our children. So yeah, I can teach my kid how to balance a checkbook and finances. This and that. But he passed a law to teach this in school.
Yeah.
So I give him the check mark
Yeah,
on
but
that.
it's this new generation is trying to change the agenda. It's this generation that's trying to change the narrative on pushing that out there.
Yeah, but
bro, you can't even see a fucking commercial these days. Without being, bro, I know I'm reaching on this, man, but every commercial out there, don't push it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it happen. You got the guy and guy. The girl, okay, it's cool, we get it. You're pushing it though, and the kids are seeing that. I'm old school,
Right.
and that's how I feel.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Bro.
2 years ago, those commercials weren't around.
No, and then the racial commercials.
And it's a lot.
You got the black guy with the Chinese girl, the Chinese girl with the black guy.
And they're also bringing it into
And not even
shows.
just that.
Listen, they're bringing it into shows. They started bringing it into Disney shows.
Right.
Like there's Disney shows that are showing two dads.
Well, they're doing
and
it
two
now.
moms.
But I want to play.
Yeah.
But let me play devil's.
So
Let me play
they
devil's
can,
advocate.
they're bringing
Let me
it
play
into
devil's
that.
advocate.
Because they're seeing this a lot more.
All right, but let me play devil's advocate. You guys brought up a good point about interracial relationships.
Mm-hmm.
In the 70s, 80s, that was uncommon.
Yep.
But hear me out.
Yeah.
That was uncommon at one point.
Yes.
Probable,
And it
but
became
uncommon.
common.
And mixed race
So then,
families.
but then where do we make the decision where same-sex marriages are common then? If we're
They've
complaining
been
about
doing
that
it
we're
right
showing
now.
on TV.
Let it just happen on its own without
it is happening.
putting
But
it on the TV, without putting
But
it,
Lou, but hear me out. But it is happening though. But we're
Yeah.
complaining about it that it's happening though.
I'm not.
Everything had a beginning, right?
Yeah.
Everything had a beginning. Everything had a beginning. Interracial marriages on TV had a beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When do we say, all right, then let it happen? That's a beginning.
But I think because of social
At some
media,
point, we got to decide: are we going to accept it or not?
It's
because
been
of social
happening.
media and the way information just travels in seconds nowadays,
Yeah.
it's a lot faster.
It's shocking.
And
I
a
get
lot
it.
easier
It's
to
shocking.
pump it.
Yeah.
It is shocking. It's probably where I'm coming from. With, you know, my
And I get that
It's a little
point.
shocking. I'm not used to it.
I get that
but
point.
You know, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. What I'm saying, I'm not saying there's anything wrong.
There is nothing wrong with
What
it.
I'm saying
and
is
it's
that
been
maybe it's a little
happening for a
shocking,
while.
and I just probably feel like you're pumping it.
Right.
You're pumping it out.
But it's
You're
been
pumping
happening
it
for
where
a
it's
while
like-
because I remember my daughter came over and she wanted to watch Disney Channel, and I put on Disney Channel, and you know there was a show where I want to say there was two dads. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
there's a lot
cool.
of-
They're being a little.
That's
bit
what it
progressive.
is.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
that's
fine.
fine.
You know,
It's
and
fine.
I'm cool with that. And,
Me too.
And all that. Now pushing it, that's a different story.
In
You
the school,
shouldn't push.
yo, because you're fucking up the kid's mind. Yo, my son was born with a fucking carrot, my guy. Then, yo, you're not doing nothing to him in school. Or, yo, let him. Yo, you're fucking them up, bro.
Right, pushing your agenda is a
Yo,
that's-
my guy,
that's
like,
a
yo,
no-no.
like I
That-
want to
in
be
my
a
eye,
dude
that's
this
a no-no.
entire. No, you have to just, wait until see to you what he's really going to be like. No, he
It's-
was
it's
born
like-
a
it's
dude,
like-
and
it's
let him
like,
realize that later.
It's like soon to be parents, and the mother is like, you know what? I'm gonna let the child pick its own gender.
But
That's a bit much.
That's crazy.
That's a
Yeah,
bit much.
but-
What are you having?
But-
Like gender reveal parties and shit? No,
That's
we're
a
not
big
doing
one.
that because we don't know. Yeah. Well, do you know what's gonna? Well, technically, it's coming out boy, but we're not gonna, say it's gonna.
But what about all those
That's
people
where
that...
it gets. That's where it gets crazy because you said pick a gender. They're gonna be born a girl or a
or
boy.
either
Right.
It's not pick a gender because they're already gonna have a gender.
Right, but
Pick
they're
whatever it is
but,
you're gonna.
but see, and that's the thing with a lot of parents they're like lenient with their children, like they don't yell at their kids, or they don't spank their kids. You need to
absolutely.
discipline the
They
child.
have to be scared of something.
Like you
They're not
gotta put a
these
little
days.
bit of fear.
No, that doesn't exist no more now.
Why not?
That shit went out the window 20 years ago. Today's kids.
Blow up because of the whole diapers. Like,
Nah, bro, because we're soft
But you
now,
gotta-
bro.
It's not-
And kids now in high school, bro, once they come into that certain age, it's like, well, you know what? You need to pick up your, don't sit over there. You as a parent, this is what we're gonna do. You got, well, and they don't do it. They already know that they don't do it, bro. They got that. They already see. Oh, they didn't do nothing to me. They didn't hit me. Oh, because my parents don't hit. Because they try to, do something different.
But listen,
can't do that.
But here's the thing. Let me ask you guys. And I get what you guys are saying. I understand what you guys are saying. But do you think that a kid that comes out is because of poca vergüenza? I don't think that's what it is.
No,
and a lot of times,
listen.
a lot of times, coming where we're from, we're all Latinos, right? We know our parents. They're old school. If let's say for example, for me, in my part, if I was to ever like, hey, I was gay.
Mike is Latino by injection.
I'm
right?
Latin, I'm not Latino.
He's Latino by injection.
But even Italians, even
No, but Italians and Latin, they have the same qualities and upbringing.
But let me tell you something. If I came out to my parents and say, "Hey, I was gay," they fucking disown me. They'll act like I never existed, right?
Yeah.
And that's saying only because of religious reasons and this and that. All right, you know what I'm saying? At some point they would accept me, but I know. I have cousins. I have one of my cousins that I love dearly who's a lesbian. She has a wife now, and it was hard for her. And I know the shit that she went through. So, a lot of these kids look to teachers. They look to guidance counselors. They look to open up.
Good
And I
point.
get that point. But then I also get the point that a lot of these people are not doing a good service by pushing, as you say, the agenda. I get it. I get that. But a lot of times they mean well, and they just want to make sure that let kids know that, hey, we're here for you. If you can't go to your parents, we're here for you. I just think that they're going about it the wrong way, which makes the optics. It's all about, nowadays in social media, in the news, it's all about optics. And it's bad optics the way they're doing it. So they have to rethink of how they do this. Because now they're passing these laws that are going to screw a lot of these kids that are going to be scared. They're like, now we can't even go to our teachers because I'm worried about my teacher getting locked up. Because if I go to them and speak about this shit, they're going to get locked up because now there's a law saying that I can't even fucking talk about me being gay. Yeah. So that's my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the left, and I don't want to say the left, I don't want to label them as the left, but those people that are trying to help these kids need to message this shit better and need to stop with the enforcement.
Now we go on the flip side.
Yeah.
The people that transgender, or whatever you want to call it, and let's say they used to be an army ranger as a man, and now transitioned into a woman and became a UFC fighter, and now she's like the top ranked fighter in
I don't think that's
swimmer.
fair. Isn't there a swimmer
Yeah,
recently?
yeah, swimmer.
There's a man. That's not right.
I don't think that's fair.
Not right because you're inside. You're a man.
He was a man.
No, you're gonna beat everybody.
And to come in,
you're gonna beat everybody. You're a man. That's not right, my guy.
No.
Joe Rogan talked
All I'm
about
saying is back in the day, in the 80s, when we were growing up in the 70s, 80s,
It's not.
in
It's
school,
not fair.
we look at us. We're good. We're okay. We're not soft, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Okay, I get what you guys are saying. I totally agree. That's the one thing I agree with y'all. That you, and I'm a believer of science.
I think there should be a limit.
Beat
There should be a
genetics.
limit.
Right.
You can't beat genetics.
There should be a limit.
And that's the thing, that they try to alter genetics.
But they-
and then you can't beat that.
Right.
But ask
A
those same
man
people-
is not built the same as a woman.
Ask those same people if they had a
even-
dog, if they adopted a dog, what does it identify as? You can't let your dog identify what it is. You're gonna call it what you want to call it,
Good
right?
point.
Right? So it's the same kind of, it's the same
And
concept.
I get all these things.
And
I
even
get all these
Caitlyn Jenner,
Yeah.
which used to be a man, and now is transitioned, or he still got a thing, but he tucks it.
Right.
But he even
Shout out to-
agreed.
shout out
He's
to-
very
shout out to
conservative.
that.
Shout out to the tuck game.
Shout out to the tuck
game. The tuck game.
But he agreed with that.
Shout out to Jenner.
Shout out to the tuck game.
That's totally unfair.
Gang.
That's
Gang.
Yo, how you gonna make a Kylie Jenner and then just fucking tuck it in? All right, I'm sorry.
It's.
I might get canceled.
I guess I'm sorry it doesn't happen.
She's 20. Hey, she's 24 years old. Don't fucking sue me. All emails come to me.
So the Yankees have 8 straight
Hey,
wins.
listen, no, we're not done yet. No, we're not done yet. Let's go. Continue on. I took that one all myself.
No, but you mentioned the swimmer. The
That's what I'm
the
saying.
swimmer was a man, right?
Yeah.
He was ranked like 400 and something in the world.
He was terrible. He sucked.
Transitioned to a woman
So
and
he'd be number
became
one.
like one of the #1 swimmers.
And they're okay with that?
But
And it's accepted?
Lou, that's what I'm talking about. Bad
Fuck
optics.
off, man.
That's
Fuck
bad
off, bro.
That's not like
You how about the all the other girl swimmers are okay with it? Are they? No, they weren't.
They weren't.
That's not fair.
Fuck
to the-
him, man. Go take a hike somewhere.
not fair.
Kick rocks,
And
bro. No.
Forgive me for saying this, but
Catch
that's
him,
not
you're like,
fair
fuck.
to the real women that bust their ass training for that
Yo,
shit.
Joby had to walk off screen. He got hyped.
It's
have
like,
that happen.
it's like Dave Chappelle said, then why is there a WNBA? Why is there a WNBA?
That's a good point. Listen,
You know what I mean?
this
It's
is,
like,
but listen, what we're doing right now is having a civilized discussion.
Yeah.
It seems like in society, we can't have a civilized discussion because one side is always trying to shoot down or shout down the other side down. And we can never come to a consensus. That's the problem with
Yeah,
today's
see,
society.
this discussion has some type of legitimacy or a lot of legitimacy because it
It
comes
does.
down to
It
genetics.
does.
It
It
comes
does.
down to genetics.
It does.
There's no way a woman, and forgive
Yeah.
me for saying this, unless she's 350 pounds and a fucking
No, you're right, bro. You're talking about physics.
You know, if
you're
it's,
talking
it's,
about
it's,
physics.
It's, you know, it's fit.
Yeah.
but even then, Kenny, a man's hand is like twice the size of a woman's hand. So
Again,
you know what I mean?
it's
Like,
all physics. It's
Exactly.
all about
Physics.
Listen, equal, but they gotta draw a line. They
There
have
gotta
to,
be
there's
draw
no
line.
way that guys can come into a girl's
And-
sport, and there's no way a girl can
And that's
come
the
into
problem where I've had a lot of discussion with my liberal friends. Me being an ultra liberal have said, bro, as liberal as I am, you can't beat genetics,
Because
bro.
you're conservative
You can't
about
beat
that.
Science. No, it's not even about being conservative or liberal. It's
just-
science.
Right, it is.
God forbid one of these girls gets pummeled on a football play and she cannot walk ever again because of the severity of the hit.
Yeah.
It's
And I get that point.
You
And
know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that point. I get it.
there should be a line.
You
There
look
should
at
be a
like
line.
Serena Williams, right? She's ranked, I don't know what she's ranked at, right? But put her on the court with fucking John McEnroe
Yo,
or somebody like that.
shout out to Serena and her posterior though. Anyways,
I don't know. She might give John McEnroe a
Yeah,
run for
but-
his money.
she could probably give a run. She probably
Now,
give a run.
maybe Federer. That maybe that
But you feel what I'm saying though? Like, you know, wherever she's ranked at, you know, Think about that for a second.
But Serena's different. She's built different.
Yeah, of course.
She's built different than any woman on a tennis court.
Yo, let us know what y'all think in the comments section, man.
Absolutely.
Let us know what y'all think, man. Like, what are your views on this? Like, you know, me being speaking with the fellas, and I get what they're saying because, you know, me being an ultra liberal, I've been outspoken about it, but I kind of agree with the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's all about optics and messaging, and the LGBT community has been terrible at kind of pushing their cause. You know what I'm saying? Like they just been, you know, we got to get over the fact that because we don't agree with somebody and their views, that we shot them down and make them evil
on both sides.
Because of it. On both sides. It goes on both sides.
I agree.
Yeah,
Fuck you, cancel culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, Kenny, you know the deal, right? You know I've always been against it, as liberal as I am, and I love to tout that for some reason. I'm a liberal,
Yeah,
but as liberal as I am, I can't stand the cancer culture. What y'all did to Louis C.K. Fuck y'all. I'm glad he won that Grammy.
Yeah.
He won the Grammy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he's back. And I'm glad he's making money. Yo, Louis C.K. Shout out to Louis C.K. Nobody told them fucking two broads who are grown of age to go up to a room to a comedian who makes jokes about jerking off and go up to his room at 2 in the morning and chill with him, and he jerks off. He didn't touch y'all. He didn't rape y'all.
Very aggressive.
Well,
he just jerked off.
I've never seen him like this. I've never seen him like this. He's coming off like me when I get drunk and
Hey, Lou, you know I'm very passionate about Louis C.K. Shout out to Louis C.K.
I know you are.
I hope you fucking successful and flourish.
Anyone?
Congrats on the Grammy.
So my whole aspect on the cancel culture is they're judging people on their biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Nobody is ever their biggest mistake.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. And what they're doing is they're judging people on their biggest mistake. Well, what about your big mistake, Mr. Cancel Culture?
Right.
Where's yours? You know what I'm saying? You're judging everybody and you're dismissing everybody over their mistake.
Exactly.
Right?
And I'm pretty sure half of those fucking people that are males are part of the cancel culture have a drawer full of boomerangs.
Absolutely.
Jerking off into their socks.
Yo, we have another bros nose shot moment.
What does it say in the Bible? He who cast the first stone doesn't live in a whatever it is, glass house, don't cast a stone. That's what the cancel culture is doing. They're casting stones when they live in a glass
house should not cast stones.
Exactly. So
what happened was Pete Davidson tattooed Kim Kardashian on his body. He also branded himself. He tattooed a piece on his body that says, "My girlfriend is a lawyer." He also branded, like cattle branded, Kim on his body.
How long ago was this?
What do you mean, Kim?
No, how long ago was this?
The name Kim or a silhouette of her body?
Well, no, I think the name Kim.
That pussy gotta be good.
Let me tell you something, man. That's gotta be gold.
Man, I don't know, man.
You don't think that pussy good? That pussy
mileage
good.
on it.
And listen, I saw the video.
You think there's mileage on it?
Unless she improved, she's a dead leg.
You saw the video?
Yes.
To this day,
The one with Ray J.
yeah, to this day I haven't
I don't
seen
know,
the video.
but I get with her. If you ever put,
Oh baby, oh God, oh baby, oh
I
God.
get with her.
Now.
I see that video. Is that
Yo,
what she
but
said?
did
Is that
you-
what she said?
Now,
I never seen the video.
The dude from what the fuck? The Girls Gone Wild. I've been watching this
Did
documentary.
you see that documentary shit?
I'm watching it.
Bro, that's crazy.
I'm
man.
watching
Let's not jump around. Let's not jump around.
Right, hold on.
Let's not jump
No,
around.
because he's a part of it. Because
That's a good segue.
Apparently,
He's friends with those people.
because he's
Always
friends
been
with the Kardashians.
Yes, he is.
And my understanding is that they say that he was responsible
For that
the leak.
video coming out.
He was responsible for the leak.
That's
they
true.
Say allegedly he.
They're gonna be skeptical looking ass
He's
face.
responsible.
Old girl looks like if you ever say hi to relationships with a chick and it's like punching your fist in a barrel of water. Mamita, that's what you is probably producing. That's
But when Ray J had it, that was still. That was still a small creek.
You don't think that pussy could be golden though? At that point, you thought that pussy wasn't golden.
I mean, listen, you can still get salmon out of it.
a lot of
What?
procedures.
Wait, say that again?
You can still get salmon out of that creek.
Listen, look at their faces. If there's a procedure for that pussy, they're doing it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, so
And there is a procedure because if
There
you go
is.
down to DR, they tighten it up pretty well.
it's called total rejuvenation.
Yes.
Yo, you're not even lying, Luke.
I am not. am not.
That's what it's called.
Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation.
TOTO.
Call
Rejuvenation.
I rejuvenate.
Yeah, if you have flaps that are out, they will tuck them in.
Yeah.
And your shit will look like a sideways Homer Simpson mouth
So
at the end of the day.
if your shit looks like an Arby's roast beef and cheddar, they can tuck it in.
Well, I'm not totally against that.
Link,
So,
link in the bio.
Continue. Please proceed. Please
Alright,
proceed.
so the dude from Girls Gone
I don't know what just
Wild,
happened, but please proceed.
Girls Gone Wild, he allegedly had leaked out the video for the Kim Kardashian
He
sex.
can't keep it straight.
He says, link in the bio. Link in the bio for what, bitch?
Can you get
Link in the
I
bio.
think Vince is trying to promote the documentary, which I want to watch.
It was a good documentary.
I wanna watch.
It's good.
What is it on Netflix?
It's on
No.
TNT. It's on. If you go on TNT,
TNT.
go on to On Demand.
Yeah.
It's on there.
It was kind of
Yeah.
PG-13.
And they have,
No,
they have different.
it's mature audiences only.
Yeah, is it?
Oh, yeah.
TNT?
Yeah,
Go with that one?
On Demand it is.
I ain't gonna lie, I owned about 8 volumes of Girls Gone Wild. I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie.
the dude's a scumbag.
17 years old, I owned about 8 volumes.
Bro, in 2 years, he was a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he was
Straight
fucking,
scumbag.
yo, he skyrocketed.
Hey, yo, the fucked up part is like he had these broads signing waivers while they were drunk.
Yeah,
Because they don't know what
Yeah,
they're signing.
they were only getting t-shirts.
Genius.
Yeah,
they
but
were
that's the whole thing. Like a lot of these girls were
can't
And
underage.
when they played the commercial, the hottest girl was in the commercial.
I don't care.
They were underage, and then you get girls who were on the cover of like the video who didn't know that they were being videotaped.
Cancel me all you want, them putas knew what they were doing, fuck it.
I mean,
Listen, they were having a great time at a college
I'm
party,
sorry. I'm sorry.
drinking and doing their whatever it was they were doing.
Victor.
And they just caught up in the
It
moment.
just so happened what happened in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas.
No, it didn't. It never
They
stayed
didn't
in
stay
Vegas,
in
bro.
Florida,
That shit
man.
got through on VHS, bro.
they didn't stay for
But it's an
Lauderdale.
actual
They
thing.
didn't stay
You put a camera
anywhere.
in somebody's face and they're gonna act a fool.
Yeah.
Especially if they're drinking.
Yeah, but a lot of these girls,
I.e. Mardi Gras.
were being videotaped, and they weren't. I mean, they didn't sign anything, and then next thing you know, they're on a video cover, like on the jacket of the DVD,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hold on a second." So they went after this cat.
You can't though, because they signed.
No, some of them didn't
Some of them
sign.
didn't
You don't sign that waiver.
They didn't
Well,
sign.
they're the ones that get. They're the ones that should.
And
get
then
money.
when they went to take this character to court, they were like, "Yo, listen, you need to take this 10 G's. So take the 10 racks because he's running out of money." And so they take the 10 racks. Next thing you know, he's pulling out volume 14, volume 15, volume 16. Yo, he was a shyster.
So all he had to do was blur their faces.
He was,
In
he
reality.
was a
Yo, he's
shyster.
still that motherfucker still made his money. Yo,
Yo, this dude,
Yo.
I didn't finish the doc yet. I'm like halfway through. Yo, but this dude.
Oh, good, because you're not ruining it for all our
I didn't ruin it
viewers.
for yo. This guy's a scumbag.
Spoiler alert.
Yo, the dude.
Spoiler alert,
Yo,
this guy
is he though?
scumbag.
Yo,
Is he though?
I mean, is he
though?
Is he not? But I'm just saying, yo,
Is he though?
he's the
That's a good question,
same.
Luke.
Is
That's
he
a good
though?
que- Is he though?
Hey, in my mind, sin vergüenza.
Just like with Luke in Freak Show, he had the Freak Show videos, bro. I don't blame him at all. These
He was
bitches-
getting it, bro. He
Yo,
was getting it.
if these chicks wanted to fucking be on the video, that's their problem.
Sin vergüenza of the.
That's why Gloria Velez tried to fucking sue him, and it fucking was like, nah,
There you go. Bring the camera down to me.
Y'all
Sin
remember Gloria
vergüenza of the week.
Oh, there you go.
But
Who
he's
is?
got to share it with Amber.
Amber Turd.
No, I think there's like 3 different.
Amber Turd. So
Gotta share it.
Amber Turd
Who-
and the guy
But
from.
listen.
Okay.
Cash me outside.
Catch me out.
How about that?
Speaking
How
of
about that shit?
I'm one of the OnlyFans.
Listen,
Yo,
so-
hold on a second.
56 million in 1
Bad
year.
Barbie.
I don't care.
56 and she's never took anything off.
Let me tell you
Never.
something. Y'all could judge me. I'm on OnlyFans.
Never. Listen, Bad Barbie. Nice rack. Never. Never took anything off.
Bad
17.
Bad
Second time
Barbie.
tonight.
Bad baby.
Pedophile.
Bad a drop of clothing off,
You have
made
to
racks.
respect her hustle.
$52 million.
Racks.
You have to respect
Hater
her.
bought a house, cash.
$6 million
Cash.
cash.
What her feet look
The
like?
Waterfront Productions,
Yeah.
Steven Wenza Music,
Shout
It's
out
got
to
a tone music.
Calentón
Music.
Calentón Music,
It's a work in
the
progress.
Waterfront Productions. The release date is coming out soon. It is going to be on YouTube. Eventually, it's going to be coming out on Spotify. It's going to be coming out on
No platforms.
other music platforms.
Pornhub.
Even Pornhub.
Pornhub, Lobster.com, all that shit. No, but we've been SoundCloud. It's
It's in the making. It's in the working. It's in the works. And thanks, Dave, for bringing it up so we can talk about it a little bit.
That's what's up.
It's something that aside from what we have, here at the Bros Knows, something that through COVID, just like a lot of things have been created through COVID, has brought up. A lot of things have been brought up through COVID because of a little spark that you have. You're home, and all of a sudden, oh well, you know what? I never put a wall up here, and then I put a wall up. And now I'm a carpenter, and then you know what? I never put tiles down. But now I put tiles. Now I could do. So there was something that was something that I wanted to do for a long time. I got the guys together through COVID. I felt that it was time that because we was a lot of us were musically inclined, but it was time that through COVID I said, you know what, let me build a little studio, and the old saying, if you build it, they'll come. You know what I'm saying? So COVID gave us that, and COVID not only gave us that, but it gave a lot of people throughout in the world to find who they really were. You know what I'm saying? Because when life gets in the way and you work so much and you provide for your family so much that your true talent really that you have don't really come out. It's put on the back burner, and sometimes it will never come out because you just so much working, and then now COVID came through. It brought out a lot of people's talent, man, cooking and you're reviewing it, and people have become not for another millionaires and trillionaires over COVID because of you find yourself with time, right? You find yourself with time,
Especially those fucking, what was it, the ASMR, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, it's we don't want to touch on that.
no.
We touched on that.
We touched it.
And I was clueless on that.
And so was I. So, but to move forward on that, it was something that I felt that it was time for a bunch of guys that weren't doing nothing at the time, but just sitting home with our family.
They had time.
And I already knew that.
Yeah.
And I just brought a few guys together to my studio. So throughout the COVID, I built a studio in my house. Yeah. And it was first for shits and giggles just to have a DJ set, and then all of a sudden like, let's get some guys together. And I picked a few guys to come through and to create a house track.
That's
and and house is what we went. We went there because this is who we are.
We all grew up on
and once again, thanks for shedding light, so we can talk about that. On the Bros No shows, which had nothing to do with it, but just look for Calentón Music, Waterfront Production. The name of our track is called Summer Days, and it's gonna come out within the next few weeks. We're working the logistics, the whole copyright and all that stuff.
Make sure your marketing is right.
Yeah. But you know what? When we do something like this, it says this is the first time we're all doing it.
Yeah.
I've never done this before. Going to the studio, doing studio time. Shout out to R&J, Rick Mendoza.
Shout out to Rick, man. I've been in Rick's studio.
Hell of an engineer.
Rick Mendoza. Not only was he an engineer,
Yes.
he was part of the production.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
Definitely.
Because an engineer is just there to compose and hear your ideas to put together.
Yeah.
He actually got part of the production. I can't leave that out. So shout out to him, and shout out to his patience. Because he really doesn't have to put up with a lot of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know what?
That's what makes him special as an engineer.
Yeah, bro. El tipo es, una gran semilla.
He's like the saint of music.
Very professional.
Very professional.
Very professional. Took his time. And when we went into the first time, just to elaborate a little bit, when we went in the first time studio, and we were keeping Kenny and I looked at each other. We looked at each other like, and he's like, all right, so
what are we doing?
No, Rick said to us, so what do you have? And we were like, nothing. And I'm gonna be true. I gotta be honest and I gotta be forward because we don't have nothing. And I said, so all right, so he was like
from scratch.
He said, well, usually people come here with something. I said, nah, I'm gonna tell you what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the beats that I want to hear, and you give it to us. And he was like, well, this is different, but all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, because he's used to people coming with already a format or something. We didn't have nothing, but we had it here.
We had a vision.
We had it here.
Yes.
The whole time, and he's like, all right, so what do you
That's
got?
what makes him special.
But he embraces it.
He's
He
good.
embraces
He's
it,
good.
and he's willing to work with that.
He's good.
And he was like,
came
boom.
with something.
And then we came
hard.
with the first four on the floor, and we layered, and we worked with it, and we started, building and building.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we came, we created it.
And that's the dope thing. Like I saw you guys, like and it's Vic, you and Kenny, part of the Waterfront Boys. I guess that's a collective of you guys growing up. You guys are like a brotherhood. Just seeing you guys work in the studio was dope, man. And like so like what. How, I know there was one aspect of it where you brought like a salsero, like a famous a bongo, was it bongo?
Conguero.
Yeah, conguero. So you
part-
guys really went out and you guys are putting effort into it.
So part of the vision.
But wait, before we get into that,
Yeah.
I just want to say that it only took us 3 sessions in the studio.
Yeah.
Never ever stepping foot to actually do production. To actually have a finished product.
We never done this before, so we're going off of learning as you go.
The conguero.
Yeah.
So now, I've always visioned my vision in this track is melodic feel, and so now if I bring these guys together, it's never been a me. It's always been like, how you guys feel about this? Like I have the vision, but since I bring these guys in, it's not just like this is what we're gonna do. No, it's more like this is what I got in mind. How you guys feel about this? Yeah. So if they agreed, then we went with it. They agreed, and I said, yeah, I have a vision with a live conguero, and I know him. So shout out to Frankie Gomez. So and
Hell of a
conguero.
job.
But Frankie is a salsero conguero.
Yeah, so he gotta adapt.
So bringing him in and getting him adapted to house vibe was different. And he would go behind the thing and start, and I was like, yo, Frank, that's not it. No, Frank. He was like, no, that's not it. It took a while for him to feel that house vibe. And before you know it, we press play.
And he found it. Yeah, he found it. Yeah, true musician has that.
And when you hear
took
it,
3 beers, 2 bong hits, and a cracker.
Yes.
That's it.
and when you hear it, and when you
And a prostitute.
but the thing is that when you hear his live on the track,
Yeah.
it is no sound, nothing like a salsa.
No.
Pattern.
He's
It's not salsa pattern.
He found a way to
He
switch it
found
up.
that what we had and adapted.
Dope. That's dope. That's a true musician, bro.
It was true freestyle.
Yeah, and he killed
went
it.
in.
So there's 2 sets that he comes in. The first set and the second set, and there's 2 different sets.
Yes.
And we nailed it. Recorded it. That's it right there.
Dope.
Bring this back. Put this in the front. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Lace it. Master it. And this is what we have. So.
That's dope. But listen, I firsthand, of course, we do a show together right now, and I follow you guys, and I saw the evolution of it, and I was just amazed that you got these guys that don't really know about the music biz or don't really know about making music, but they saw a vision about making, starting something. We're gonna do a track and then maybe expound to an album, but that track, what you guys created, that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you.
No clue of Pro Tools.
Yeah, no clue of Pro Tools or anything. But you guys were like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So let me ask you this though. Are you guys with this when the single comes out and as successful as you guys were being creating a single? You guys trying to create an album and then just build off of that?
So as of right now, what we're doing is just doing the first track,
Yes.
and the main goal for me per se, and I'll say this to everybody in our production. I want to just just want to make sure that the first track is out and is finalized and professionally done, and then and mastered professionally done, and then we do another one, and then I want to do 4, maybe 5, and then bring it in as an album.
Do an LP.
Yeah, an LP, and then do the LP.
Yeah.
But this first baby, which is the first track, is big for us. Because this is something that is dear to us, so it needs to sound like something. Yeah. So it's already finalized. We'll hear it now. I mean,
we actually.
You guys are gonna hear it, but the audience not gonna hear it because it's not copyrighted.
We
so
actually already have a remix too.
And we have a remix.
So that's
already,
okay.
you know, and we're gonna do a vocal to it.
Yeah.
You know, the more ideas. The more ideas that you have, I have a lot of talented cats in my production.
Yeah.
You know, Victor's very talented. He has an ear. I have Webb. Shout out to Webb. Webb. He got an ear. Ismac and Chip. So you know, there's 6 of us. There's Chipmunk, my co-producer Kenny. I got Victor, Ismac, and I got Webb. And all of us together. We make great music, and the camaraderie between all of us. There's so much love. There's no. Everybody gets to experiment because it's experimentation at this point.
That's what it is.
It's experimentation.
Yeah.
You know, if I could just say something about recording, what I've learned.
Absolutely, because I know you have the experience with it. So please.
So basically, we're recording. A hit is created. It doesn't fall out the sky. You got to create it. You got to stick to a formula. And the most important thing is having fun while you're doing it, because creativity comes from having fun. When you're joking around, that's why you see DiCaprio pranking people on set and all these, because they're having fun and they're being creative. Because corny and creative comes from the same place. You go out and you put on a funky outfit, you're gonna be labeled as a fucking douche. But you go out and put a fresh outfit on, you're the man. Yeah. You gotta take chances and be creative, and that's what you have to be vulnerable. And it's not easy for them to even talk about it here. I know I've touched on this before, but it's very, very a vulnerable pace. Like people judging you, and it's your baby. You're putting it out there, and it's not easy to do. I know.
Speaking of,
what Fast just said.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? I didn't touch on that, and Victor will tell you, and I touched on it with them a lot. Yeah. You know, because you're through different, texts and one-on-ones. What he just said. Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
That's the key.
That's the main ingredient.
Yeah. That's the key in everything.
Have fun, bro. Have fun. Once you don't have fun, but you're not gonna have a hit.
Because creativity comes out of spontaneity.
Because you
freestyling, that's where it comes out of. That's why most of your successful rappers can freestyle.
Because that vibe, it's all about the vibe, right? That vibe translates to the fans, right? They're like, oh, this they have fun.
Yeah.
This shit was created. Yeah, exactly. It's all about I believe in that. I'm a big believer in that. But that's dope, man. So like, when do you guys expect to like this single to drop? Is there a date?
So we had this past Friday, we had a little gathering at the studio, which was Vic, Ismac and Webb. He was running late at work, and it was supposed to be that meeting about that. So where we at now, since we're learning as we go, we thought we were just gonna start dropping things and just drop it. But the copyright thing that has nothing to do with it. Now
always get your legal shit straight, right?
Yeah. So the legal stuff, Kenny and I already took care of the legal stuff, and we're sending it out to DC, so that way it could be protected. So now what happens with that is
we need a group name.
And not only that, but we want to put it out the content first through YouTube. All right, because we're not trying to make money for like Beatport or Tracksource, because you could throw it out there to those platforms, but you're gonna make like 10 cents a song.
Yeah, they rate.
And initially, this was never ever created
to make money.
Never. It was this project of love. It was a project of love, right? Project of love and creativity, and just throw it out there, because of who we were. Waterfront.
Chasing a dream, like what we said. You're chasing a dream.
Yeah. So now
we did it for the entourage.
So we're, right now we don't have a platform, but our first platform to put it out is going to be YouTube.
Of course.
Okay.
But we have to create. A logo or design to put on YouTube.
Always gotta have
and then we have to have all the logistics and details.
If we learned anything from the Kardashians, you gotta have a brand.
Got a label.
You gotta have a label, a brand. Yes.
And that's what we're working at. you
fake or
know,
not.
you know, I created Careto Music, which is the music that we go. You know, that's but the production is Waterfront Production.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a YouTube, and it's gonna be, we'll subscribe Waterfront Production. That's who we are. You know?
That's what's
I
up.
love that.
We don't, yeah, and that's where it's
That's
at.
what's up. Dope, man. Looking
Thank you,
forward to
thank you,
it.
bro. Appreciate
I
you.
know I was busting y'all balls, but I was just like, you know, I was like, I'm gonna play a mean tambourine. I'm seeing y'all having a great old time at Rick's studio. Shout out to Rick.
That's it.
And I'm not
The
there,
next time we need a triangulist, it's you.
Just bring it.
Bring the triangle and be
I'll
like,
rock the triangle or the what they call it? The
harp.
It's
The Guida.
the Guida. I bring the Guido, bro. Whatever, bro.
Kenny, will take us out?
Hold on,
Okay.
you need somebody for some castanets. I'm good too. You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. Ching, 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 ching.
all right.
Take us out, Kenny.
Well, guys, really had a fucking blast tonight.
Right here,
It feels good not to be on Zoom. It really does feel good to not be
That's
on
it.
Zoom.
We did 8 hours.
Hope you guys are gonna enjoy this episode. We really had a fucking good time. The next one is gonna be even better, especially if we get together like this.
Yo, shout out to Owl for making this possible.
Shout out to Al.
Owl.
Technologies.
Woo.
Listen, you guys need to have
Technology's
this camera. Thank you.
Technology's amazing.
Till the next time, you guys stay safe, have fun, and now that the weather's getting good, enjoy yourselves, man. It's been a long fucking time. We've been locked up for a while.
We out.
And, you know, enjoy yourselves. We out. We have
Thanks.
fun tonight. Thanks to Dave.
Salute, salute.
Yeah. And Mike.
Yo, you in another vibe. You in another vibe.
Peace.
Till the next one.
To the next one. Yo,
And hopefully you figure out who you are, a man or a woman.
Wonderful Productions, you heard?
Figure